And hello everybody and welcome back to Trenton Route 3. It's finally here, the New York to Trenton Northeast Corridor route and the long-awaited Amtrak Acela Express. So we're going to jump into it in a second and have a quick sort of just look at everything. We'll just have sort of like a quick drive, nothing too long, just quick sort of out of one place into another, and just sort of have a look around each thing, see how it handles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm mostly going to be starting from Trenton because starting from New York Penn, it's just dark underground. There's not much you can see there for a while. So let's get into it. We'll go with the multi-level commuter cab car first, and sort of work along the bottom here, and then do the Acela last. So let's get into it. Right, so we're going to be quickly doing the 3838 Trenton to New York Penn in the multi-level commuter cab car, which is run by New Jersey Transit. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's have a look. So immediately we are greeted inside by quite a lot of stuff, lots of buttons, a couple of screens. Where's the platform? I can never tell which way the platform is. Let's turn them off. So we'll start inside first. So gauge lights. Okay, gauge lights aren't working. Why are they not working? That's because they're already on. Sorry. Yeah. So gauge lights kind of dim. Don't really need them in the day anyway, so that's fine. We've got the left and right wipers. Seem to work quite nicely. Bring the window down. And bring the window down. So windshield heater, mark lights are going to turn off. Cab lights, obviously they're not going to work at the moment, but they're right up there. Those honeycomb discs. Actually quite a nice design. You got your power and braking speed screen up here, which is usually down here in the locomotives, but up here obviously you have all this in the way, so you got to crane your neck up. You got your warning panel. You got your guards panel. Dispatcher panel, sorry, not guards panel. Emergency shutdown, that's the thing. You just turn that, literally stops everything from working, so you can't go anywhere. Turn back on, sorted, everything's working again. You got your display dimmer, night, day. Currently it's day, so we'll just leave it on day, so that'll just sort of brighten, dim things as needed. Got your belt, you got your fault resets, your alarm resets, your doors, your ceiling fan, which doesn't seem to be making too much noise, but that's fine. So down here is where you really want to keep an eye on everything, so I'm just going to shut the doors first. Yep. So, master control, you got like a dual throttle, you got throttle and electric braking. You got your reverser, your horn. You got, yep, a high and a low. You got your brakes. Got your cut-ins and cut-out. Currently it's cut in, but you do wanna just click cut in anyway, just in case. Because it does sometimes not wanna. Okay, it sometimes says it's cut in, but it's not actually cutting. I'm rolling. It's because I took the brakes off. So the way you work these brakes is, so you have, I'll just go quickly do it. So you have it idle, you're driving along, you bring it into hold, and then you put into lap, and then you knock it up, knock it back. It does not come back by itself, you have to do that. It basically, you hold it there and it'll just bring brake pressure on, and it'll keep on applying it until it's at full brake pressure, and you're going to stop really fast, so you need to sort of fiddle about with it. It is a bit of a tricky thing. Let's get going, shall we? So there's a quick look at the Acela. Very nice train, but we'll look at that again later. Ooh, going too quick there. No, I'm not. It's alright, it's fine. Yeah, anyway, so this is quite a beast. This cab car and the coaches are very heavy. Like, really heavy. So it does take a bit for the loco to push them. Pulling them is still a bit slow, but it's not quite as bad. Yeah, it's fine. This is very nice model. Cab's modelled lovely. Doors all work. You have a look in the passenger section. Very nice. I haven't turned the lights on. The lights do turn on. I just can't find the button to turn them on. I can't remember how to do it. Like a panel or something somewhere in it. Yeah, anyway, everything's well modelled. It does look a little sterile, but it's not too bad. You got your guard panel here for your high door, low doors, open, close, in, do all that stuff. I'll show you that when we get to the next one. And I'll also show you how. My apologies. I'll also show you how weird the braking is. I'm gonna bring it into idle now. Just try it with just braking. Bring the brakes on, hold it. So that, you notice that I've put a certain amount of brakes on, and it's slowing down nicely, and then all of a sudden it started braking a lot harder. That's because it's, I can't remember the words for it, but it's kind of like a dual brake. So what happens is the brake pressure comes on in the cylinders and actually applies the brakes, start you slowing down. And then the electrical dynamic brakes, whatever you want to call them, kicks in. and it kicks in very, very hard. So you got to be very wary of that, because you could have a slight bit of brakes on and then all of a sudden you are slowing down really quickly. It's just because of that. It's just a little bit of fiddling around you need to do. But it does work. It's exactly how it does it in real life apparently, so. And this is actually the smoothest stop I've ever done. Usually I sort of overdo the braking. Right. So it's just going to come right up to the end here. And we'll quickly get the doors opening. Yeah. You know, I'll just stop here. It's no point in making this drag on longer than it needs to. There we go. So, doors. Get in. So, you got your rearward highs, your local door. Yeah. So, we want the, I believe it's the rearward low doors here, but we'll open them all up. We're gonna have a look. I've opened the wrong doors. Anyway, it's a bit fiddly. Or you could just do the usual, if you're on the console, just right or left on the D-pad. And so on and so forth. So have a look. Just quickly close them ones on the other side, then we can open these ones up. So, right on D-pad, or whatever your buttons are on your things. There you go. And then, same button just to close them. There you are. So that's the commuter cab car. So we'll go on to the next thing, because that took longer than it should have done. So now we're back with the ALP 46, also run by New Jersey Transit. We are in Sunnyside Yard with a quick run into New York Penn. So let's have a quick look around then, shall we? So, right, first things first. It already looks very familiar, and that is because this is technically, in all sense and purposes, a German train. It's, I believe, I may be wrong here, so bear with me, I believe it's based off of the BR-101, not 101. 101? Is it the 101? It's either the 101 or the 111. Either way, it's based off of the quintessential sort of German sort of electric locomotive type deal. You can see it in the outside as well. The windows look familiar, the lighting looks sort of familiar except for that bit. Yeah, it's all there. Anyway, so we'll start with the outside model on this. It looks very nice. The pantographs have got all their nice little details in, including that weird little disc bit that for some reason sits there. The pantograph is dynamic, it moves. All the pantographs in here move, so whenever the catenary comes lower, the pantograph will come lower. If it goes a bit higher, the pantograph will go up with it. If there's a low bridge or something in the way, the pantograph will just drop straight down and then come back up once cleared. You've got the cabling for the electrics going over the top here that connect the pantographs. You've got this very nice New Jersey Transit stripe. I've always kind of liked the stripe. It's actually very basic but very nice at the same time. It works very well for this train. And obviously, New Jersey Transit right there. So we'll get on the inside. So you got your power screen that was up the top in the cab car. You got your horn. You got all your bits and bobs, which would usually be PZB and all that sort of thing. But these are now cab lights. Your right desk light. I can't get on it because I'm using a controller. Your left desk light. Gauge lights, we need them on. Marker lights, don't need them on. You got your centre panel, you got your headlights as usual. Yeah, ditch lights, put them on auto. Sand, rear headlights, don't need them. Pantograph, it's up. Standard operation here is the same braking as in the cab car. You got to fiddle about with it a little bit. You do need to, if I can bloody click on it, for God's sake. Brake cut in. You have an independent brake here this time now. Got your bell down here, which goes off when your horn sounds. And you got like your demisters, your cab temperatures, your havoc, your contact point, your little warning lights, gauge lights. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. You got all your safe systems and stuff up here. You can't go out into the engine room per se, sadly. Also, to start up your safety system like ATC and Alerter, I forgot to mention is you press Control Enter for ATC and Shift Enter for Alerter. But because we're just reviewing this a little bit for now, I'm just going to leave them off because it just makes it a bit easier because it is a bit fiddly. You do need to know where your speed limits are to work that one properly. So, let's get a move on, shall we, before we run late. So it goes, just while it's trundling along, we can just leave it for a second. So this is Sunnyside Yard. It's mostly filled up with the New Jersey Transit stuff. You got your workhouse over there, maintain stuff so up that end. You got your parking spaces here. It's just, as you can see, there's just an absolute load of things in here. Loads of Amtrak, forgot the name of ACS 64s. AC64, some of the 64s, City Sprinters. You got your Metrolina Cab Cars over there. You've got a ton more space over here. This is the standard running track, so you get like the Long Island Railroad and that come up here. Yeah, it's a Metro car right now. This is all part of the yard as well. You got train washers and stuff up this end. I'll quickly go back to this before we go too far. Yes, very big yard. It's a huge yard. I can't remember what these are, but these have tracks on them. I assume they're just lines that can come in from other lines to join on to like the Long Island Railroad and the rest of the Northeast Corridor. smack my keyboard. Yes, on here as well, you have your speed limits and stuff usually read out by this, and you have your signal readout here. I'm not 100% sure on how to read this one though. It's a bit tricky for me, but it's doable. You just gotta learn it really. Right, so we pelt this up to line speed now. So we're now starting out into one of the tunnels that are going to take us into New York Penn. We can have a look at New York Penn with this one as well. Just open the windows as well. So this too has a dual throttle, so you can throttle up and also use the electric dynamic braking. Although with the electric dynamic braking, as you can see, I got it on full, and it's very gradually slowing me down. This is more for excuse me. This is more for sort of very incremental speed changes, if anything. If you really want to slow down, you do need to work out on the brakes. Now, the ATC in that is telling me that I need to slow down. I should be at about 20 right now, but I'm just, because I haven't got it turned on, I'm just gonna keep going. I'll be fine. I know I've got a clear signal, and keep an eye on the signal readout. I'm looking at signal. If you're going to do this, you need to really pay attention to the signals as you pass them as well, because otherwise you are going to have a slight problem. Besides the point in this, figure that out by yourselves most likely. So we're just going to fiddle back with the brake again. So a little bit of brake, and you'll see in a second, possibly, there you go, the electric braking comes on. Seeing as we are on a hill, it really comes on. So you just got to be aware of these little things. It's kind of it's a tricky train to drive. Now you can, I think, if I remember correctly, you can turn the electric braking off, sort of, at least the dynamic part of it. Should be somewhere up here in one of these fuses. You should be able to, excuse me, you should be able to find a fuse to cut off the dynamic or electric braking, if that's how you want to do things. If you just want to sort of do it without the electric braking, then go for it. It's always fun just to have a try turning things on, off, whatever, and just having to fiddle about with everything. So we're about to come into New York Penn. Here it is. This is New York Penn. It is the same. If you remember back to Train Sim World Classic, the original one, the first one. The Northeast Corridor route on there. This from Sunnyville, Sunnyside, whatever, from the depot we're just at, through here and all the way up to Newark Airport, I believe it is, where we came off before. That is all that route. It's based on that route. And then everything after Newark Airport is... was it Newark Penn? It was one of them. It was somewhere after Newark Airport, Newark Penn. That's it. Completely new route. So all of this we have actually seen before. Which is nice, because I actually did like that route, and I kind of wish that they would also bring that back. Because I was actually really sad. Well, I know it had problems, but I was actually really sad when they didn't bring it over into Trenton World 2. But, you know, things happen, don't they? Let's just stick the brakes on. Oh, no, just not close enough. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that was the I forgot the name. I forgot the name of it. Oh, that was this. You might get that a lot from me, and yeah. Alright, on to the next one. Metrolina Cab Car. Next up, the Metrolina Cab Car, or as it's actually known as the Amfleet Cab Car. Now, I know it's the Amfleet Cab Car, but I like calling it the Metrolina Cab Car. So just bear with me on that one. I know I'm saying the wrong name. I'm fully aware, and I just don't care. It's just how I call it, because, well, you'll see in a minute. So, Amfleet Cab Car. As we open it up, just open the doors and stick the reverser on. So, you got your gauge down here. Currently it is a little bit broken, and you'll see that in a bit. Headlights, dim, bright. Strobes up top, we'll have a look at them in a minute. You've got your cab heating, that don't work. You've got your ditch lights, you can flash your ditch lights manually. Cab light. Sorry, cab lights. Technical, don't work. Logo alarm, silence. The MCB, just lift that up, turn everything off, put it down, turn everything back on. You got your emergency shutdown. Everything's like now off, and everything's now back on. It's pretty much the same thing as the MCB, except for this is more of a everything's going to stop. You got your pulse code readout here. Your warning lights and stuff up here. Got your pantograph switches. Your pantograph switch is there. No clue what that is. What's that? I don't know. You got a thing here. Or readouts there. You got your signal contact radio there. That don't work. Gauge lights. They work fine. You can turn them on from here and brighten them up here. And there goes another Metrolina Cab Car. It's logo on the back. So you do need to set your brakes up, so stick them to lead. You got your parking brake. Yeah, normal brake. This one is more of the normal sort of braking. So basically you stick it in a point and the brakes will apply to that point, and no further, no less, unless something is going wrong. Got the bell, the ditch lights flashing. We'll go out and have a look at that in a minute. Window. You go out around here. You can get a little bit stuck there, so I'll just come around this side and not that side, because that bit's in the way. So through here, Sorry, keep coughing. Through here you got your, obviously your passenger areas. Your nice slidey doors, and if you're at the end of a thing, you got your gangway barrier. So you got your nice, all sort of Amtrak coaches, Metrolina coaches. We'll go back down to the end and see it pulling away. And you'll also get to see the oh, I do apologise. Got so many bloody things wrong with me these days. Anyway, so we'll go outside. I'll quickly show you the doors. So this is the front, obviously. It's very nice, and you can see why I keep calling it a Metrolina Cab Car. It's because this is, in all sense and purposes, a Metroliner with its motors taken out and bit up to the front, obviously. And these are Metroliners, part of Metroliners as well. So these coaches and the Cab Car were originally just the standard electric Metroliner trains, but when they got taken out of service, for some reason, I think it was because they were low on sort of, you know, new coach and stock and that for the newer trains, they just kept them, and it works fine, and they are actually very nice to look at. So doors. Work very nicely. So we'll pull out, get us up to 125, and then we'll go on to the next thing. So I'm just going to stand over here because it's just going to be a bit better to watch. So if you look there, when the bell is going, you will see the white strobes, not the red one but the white ones. Maybe I'll show the red one afterwards when we're going. So let's yeah, let's watch. Sorry, this is another thing as well. You need to have the brakes completely off before you can get moving, and it does take a moment for it to start up. So I'm just going to do that again. It is a bit of a faff sometimes, so just bear with it. So it's quite nice to watch the parting. Obviously the AI ain't going to do that. You should really probably do the bell as you're moving. I'm going to stand still until you've cleared the platform. So anyway, let's get this thing up to speed. You know what? I may have told... Oh yeah, that little black button there turns the gauge light on. I may have told... Oh no, there it goes. So you see what I mean about the dials a bit broken, as it keeps getting faster, it sort of gets blocked off for some reason, it just starts going lower and lower, you don't know what speed you're doing anymore. So you can't really do HUDless in this at the moment until that gets fixed, but I'm pretty sure that will be fixed quite quickly. Now cleared up to 125, so we'll get up to that. Have a quick look outside. So, with these SC64s, what they're called, you do get two configurations. So, obviously, you get the Metrolina configuration, you get this bit and a couple of coaches, and that's it. And obviously the locomotive at the back, and the other one, which is the long distance ones, which are like the ones on the Boston Sprinter route. You don't get the cab car, you just get the locomotive and 7 or 8 coaches, because they'll just go up, turn around on the balloon loop at Boston, whereas these will just sort of go up to New York, turn around on the loop at the depot, come back out, and then reverse back down again, do the loop, come back out, reverse back down, so on and so forth. It's very nice, the detail in here is lovely, it's got good sound dampening. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet, it's still got a bit of noise, which I assume you would with, especially with the way that the body's made up of like so much metal. Right, so we're back. We're doing the last one now because this is taking way too long. We all know how and I am correct in saying, the ACS64 handles. It's exactly the same as it does on the Boston Sprinter. The only difference is it's just the way the pulse code works, but that's pretty much the same as on here, so it's... Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as on the SLR side. Nope. Pressing... I got my keyboard in my lap and I keep leaning around and keep knocking the buttons. Apologies. Yeah, anyway. So, the Acela. It's the train we've been waiting for. And quite rightly so. It's one of those quintessential trains that you just have to have it on the Northeast Corridor. It felt wrong without it. But obviously Dovetail had their reasons for not having it at the time. So in here, we'll start with in here, you got your front headlights, your ditch lights, which we'll leave on automatic, we'll see them in a minute. You got your snow brake, your doors, your no motion bypass, door locks and everything. You got your horn, you got your high, your low, bell. Where's the bell? Yeah, okay, that white button there, bell. Got your brake cutouts, your sand, your acknowledge stick. Your brakes, your throttle, your cruise control lever. Your reverser, big old red button. Cab lights, timetable lights, you know, your little side lights and stuff like desk lights. Your heaters, your AC, your temperatures, your wipers, your intermittent wiper delay. So the higher the number, the longer that it's going to take for the wiper to move on the intermittent setting. You got your defrost and windshield heat, they don't work. You got your radio for the dispatcher and that. You got a door here, and out. You can only go this far up, which is weird. I would have thought you'd be allowed up here, because then you can just sort of U-turn around all that. Same thing on this side, just door. It's as far as you can go. You got your cab territory, signalling stuff and all that up here. Where are you? There is, out here, you have, these ones. Apologies again. You're gonna get, I know you've been getting a bit of that, I do apologise, it just crops up on me. You got your alerter, your ATC, your access. You can just turn these on by using Control Enter and Shift Enter, it'll turn all these on. But you can come out here and do that. We're not going to have it on though for this one. So outside, the model looks amazing, lights look good, the nose cone does come up, comes up quite quick in fact, but it comes up, and it goes back down. Paint, livery, lovely, nice older seller livery, which will soon be replaced by the livery that they're putting on the Liberty trains. Coaches are nice, the interiors are nice. Again, I just think it's just because of the way that the textures are and stuff like that. It does look a little sterile, but for what it is, it does look really nice though. You've got your old leather seats, it's very old sort of comfort style. Probably wouldn't have these on the new ones. You got your readout up here, works. Tells you which one you're next at, where you're going, the ultimate station. And thank you for choosing Amtrak. There's a little kitchen here. So you want some food, you go in there, you could get it gets cooked in there, I assume. You got apparently a view to the outside world there. I think, ooh. Oh, hello. Okay. Alright, so apparently looking at the glitch causes you to leave the train. Nice curtains. It's all just very nice. It's just a quiet car, sorry, I'm talking too loud. And these sort of non-first class seats. Also very nice. So we'll go back outside. And we'll watch this thing pull off. Also, the doors. Yep. It's good stuff. So, watch the train pull out there. No, that's not the that's not the button. Right, sticking forwards, make sure the brakes come off just there. Okay, so they're on the intermittent. Right, so we can just watch it go. Right, let's do this then. Right, so as you could probably tell there, this also has a high-low. So, high-low. And it's also read out on there. High-low. So turn the bell off because the bell comes on automatically. High. Low. So that's all good. Cruise control. You have cruise control, as I said earlier. You can either do it by the thing, or you can move it up with R and F on a keyboard. So we're just gonna go until we pass the next station. That'll be it, because this is taking way too long. Again, just like the ScotRail Express review, it's just sort of kept going. If we don't make it up to 150, then you know you can all just go out and do it yourself, can't you? It's an experience. It's good fun. It's a nice route to drive. And also a nice set of trains to drive as well. You got loads of different things. You got you have your Amtrak stuff. So the Accelerate Express, it's either a service where you will do one stop or two stops. But it's basically just the express service, just running straight down as fast and as hard as possible. You got the ACS 64s and the Metrolina and Fleet Cab Cars that either do a one-stop service or a couple of quick stops. There are also some where you will be doing a number of stops depending on the service. Let's see, the Miami to Boston, I think it is, Silver Meteor service. That one stops at a few places, and that's high-speed service more or less, but does stop at a few places. The New Jersey Transit, there's ones where you just stop at a couple of places or stop at all of the stations. So there's a nice variety. The only thing that I hope that they bring up on here at some point is it's just a bit of freight or something, because I know there's probably not going to be a lot of freight on this bit at all. But it'd be nice if there was some bits, even if you can't drive it, just a couple of trains knocking around, even in the yards like they've done on Boston Sprinter, would be nice. The Long Island Railroad trains turning up at New York Penn, that'd be good. And yeah, I would say some of the older Northeast Corridor locos and stuff like that, but this is based on now, so you wouldn't really have them, would you? Anyway, that's it. We're travelling at 135 miles an hour. Speedy. And I will leave you here. So, I do recommend go out and get this. This is a good route, good set of trains. Obviously we've seen just a couple of little buggy bits, but it's not anything too major. So, yeah. I'll leave you with the SL. It's just bombing down at 135 miles an hour. And as always, I have no outro, so yeah, bye.